Switch things over from financial to mental wealth. Ed Mylett is one of the world's top motivational and business speakers. JC Fernandez spoke to this life strategist about staying positive during the pandemic.
I am so excited about our next guest who is joining us here via Zoom. His book, Max Out Your Life, I've read it a dozen times. I listen to his podcast every single week. His Instagram account inspires me on a daily basis. I am so excited. Please welcome via Zoom, it is Ed Mylett. How are you?
I'm great, brother. Thank you so much for having me, and what a great introduction. Thank you so much.
Well, the things you do are amazing, and I want to jump right into everything because there's so much happening in the world. There's so much happening in the country, here in Las Vegas. How does one stay positive through all of this?
Well, it's certainly not easy, and I know there's a lot of people suffering, and I don't mean to make light of that, but you know, there's one way that you don't have to suffer, which is in your head. You don't have to do that. And one of the things that I would challenge you all to do is to remember this. You don't have to believe everything you think. Not all of your thoughts are true. And if you can begin to question what you're thinking about, you can kind of change your whole mindset. And if you evaluate what is thinking, thinking is the process of asking and answering questions to yourself. So the key to changing your thinking is to change the questions you ask yourself. And so start to try to take control of that when they begin to get away from you.
How does someone work on themselves during this time, work on changing their identity for the positive? How do we go about approaching something like that?
Great question. And so that's what we should be doing right now. There's two types of people that are going to come out of this. There's going to be the ones that sort of sat around, watched Netflix all day, and then their sweatpants, which I did for the first few days. And then there's those of us that decide, I'm training, I'm growing, I'm preparing to be a better version of me when I get out. And one of the ways we do that is by listening to podcasts, maybe like myself, reading things right now, really growing us during this time. Because as you said, your identity, it's like a thermostat. I'm in a room right now and the temperature's set on the wall. Your identity is the thoughts, beliefs, and concepts you hold to be true about yourself. This temperature in this room is not based on external temperature outside. It's not the external things in our life that bring us bliss, joy, and abundance. It's our internal identity.
One last question, because there's some people out there, myself included, at times I just feel helpless. What can we do?
When I'm feeling helpless and I have anxiety, I'm thinking, who can I go help? Who can I reach out? Who can I tell that I love? Who can I offer any assistance to? And when you begin to become helpful, you cannot feel helpless in that moment because you've gotten out of yourself. You've gotten into serving and giving to somebody else. Give yourself the gift today of doing something great by becoming helpful to another person.
Whoa, we all needed that. Get more life tips from Ed Mylett on our Facebook page.